Hey everybody, Starla. It is day 6 of the 7-day Facebook Live challenge that I've been doing. So I appreciate all of you who've been sticking around and watching these every day, giving me feedback and giving me compliments. It's been so fun, surprisingly, even though it's still a little scary. So anyway, yesterday we talked about intention and life purpose, and that was sort of deep. And so one of the things I said is that we'd do something lighter today. So I'm thinking, what is lighter? Well, one of the lightest things I know is mushrooms. If you pick them up, they're really, really light. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time to talk about mushrooms because you probably all know that I love medicinal mushrooms. All right, so about 5 years ago, I heard about mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms. And I got to tell you, to be fair, to be true, to be 100% honest, I really thought that that was weird. I totally wrote off the person that talked to me and I said, I'm not really interested in this. It's too weird, which is saying a lot for me because I like a lot of weird stuff. But so anyway, I said, it's too weird for me. But then I came home and I Googled and I found out that medicinal mushrooms are being used for cancer research to fight cancer. In a lot of countries, even in our country, they're being used alongside chemotherapy. So I was like, that makes me more interested because I can't count the people on my hands. They won't fit on my hands, the good friends that I've got that have got cancer. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. Tell me more about it. So I started studying about medicinal mushrooms. Now here's a little bit of fungi info that you might enjoy. So there's like 1.5 million to 5 million kinds of fungi on planet Earth. That's a lot of fungi. And then there's like, 100,000 that are mushrooms. Those are the ones with the caps like we're used to seeing. There's like 2,000 that are maybe culinary. That's what we're used to in our town. White button mushrooms. And we put them in our soups and stuff like that. Then there's like, a couple hundred that are poisonous. And yes, then there's a couple that those people always say, oh, those kind of mushrooms that are hallucinogenic. And when I talk to people about mushrooms, they always start off by saying, mushrooms. I know what you're talking about. Like, no, you don't. These are medicinal mushrooms. So anyway, medicinal mushrooms are about, there's maybe 20. There may be more, but there's like 20 that are really, really well known. You might have heard some of them. They're like tremella, turkey tail, king's oyster, shiitake, maitake. And at this point, you might be saying, shiitake? Shoot, I put shiitake on my salad. I'm good. And while that's very good, putting a couple of shiitake on your salad is not going to give you enough benefits. It's still a good thing though. So anyway, there's one other mushroom that I think is the most amazing mushroom on the world. And it's the most studied in the insurance, or not insurance, but it's the most studied like scientific mushroom in the world. It's also been revered for thousands of years in traditional Chinese medicine. In fact, it was so valuable in the ancient world that if you found this mushroom, you had to pick it and give it to the royalty. It was that valuable. It's called lingji. That's the Chinese word for it. Japanese, it's reishi. And in the science world, it's called Ganoderma lucidum. All right, so you're probably going, yeah, whatever, Starla, what is this? Well, think about it. There's a lot of things that we in the United States do not really know about that are really good for us. Think about it. Green tea, everybody drinks green tea now. 20 years ago, green tea was like, that's weird, I drink my Lipton. Think about yoga. All right, when I moved to Chicago, yoga was something that was seen as a cult. Now there's a yoga studio on every single corner, because we understand how good it is for you. That's just like mushrooms. So, just as an aside, I know people that have been eating or taking mushroom extracts that have lowered their blood sugar, that have gotten off statins, that have helped their kidneys, their liver. I could go on. But these are not something to blow off. Believe me, they're really, really, really powerful things. In fact, I'm going to read you a list of things in terms of scientific studies. So scientific studies say that there are anti-cancer effects. They're antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic. They help with cholesterol, triglycerides, high blood pressure. They help with blood sugar. They help with cognitive functioning. They're anti-allergic, wound healing, hormone balancing. I mean, they're adaptogens. So what they do is they help our body to adapt to stress, which is pretty amazing. The other thing I'm going to add to that is that in Western medicine, if your blood pressure is too high, you take one medicine to bring it down. If your blood pressure is too low, you take a different medicine to bring it up. With mushrooms, you just take them because they balance things out. It's pretty cool and pretty crazy. So anyway, another piece that's really important for you to know is a little bit of mushroom taxonomy. So there's 4 parts to a mushroom, at least that I know about. You know, I may not be an expert, but so there is the root, the mycelium, that goes underneath the ground, which is very cool. And then there's the fruiting body. That's the mushroom that you always see, the head, the top, the cap. Then there's the stem between them, which doesn't have much value at all. It's usually just used for weight. And then there's the spores, which are up underneath the cap, which are really, really powerful. Now, why would I be telling you about the different parts of the mushroom? Well, because out of all the years that mushrooms have been used in Asia, they didn't use the mycelium, they didn't use the stem, they used the cap. Yet, if you go out and you go to, after this you say, hey Starla, I'm into medicinal mushrooms, and you go to GNC or you go on Amazon and you're like, hey, check this out. Most, if not all, United States companies that manufacture mushrooms, Lingji anyway, only sell the mycelium. They don't sell the cap. Sometimes they sell the stem, but they don't sell the cap. You might say, well, why is that? Because there's 400 different active ingredients in that cap that have been studied. So why wouldn't they do that? Well, because it takes land, it takes 6 months, it takes a long time to grow mushrooms. It takes a lot of expertise to grow mushrooms. And the mycelium can be grown in a vat in 9 days with rice. I don't understand it all, but bottom line is you look on most of those mycelium, or most of the capsules that you find online, and they're going to say Lingji or Reishi mycelium, which doesn't have all the good stuff. It has some, but it doesn't have all the good stuff on it. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're going to rush out and buy mushrooms. I think I would sort of put it like this. You know, there's the McDonald's of mushrooms, and then there's the high-end mushrooms. Personally, I take the high-end mushrooms because I'm not big into McDonald's. So anyway, this is not a pitch for my company, although I do believe wholeheartedly in the company that I sell. But what it is for you to know that there are alternatives out there. There's something like, I don't know, 70% of all Americans are taking some kind of synthetic drug, and they have side effects. Mushrooms don't. I tell you, I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and I can count on one hand the people that had a reaction to mushrooms. One hand. That's because they're food. The mushrooms that I take every day, they take tons of mushrooms. They take pounds and pounds of them, and they extract them down using all these high-tech things. And they put them into a powder and put them into a capsule. They put them into tea. They put them into coffee. It's a really, really high-tech thing, but it's so good for you. So anyway, what can I tell you about that? I am currently building a website that's going to have some information about mushrooms on it. In case you're interested, let me know your email address, and PM me your email address, and I will add you to it. So when I get it done, if you want to come read it, you can. The other thing is that if you want to just go online and check it out, I can send you a link about a place to order high quality, high potency mushroom extracts. But most importantly, thank you all for watching day 6 of the 7-day 5 Facebook challenge. And tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do my final Facebook challenge day at 7 o'clock Monday night. I hope to see you all here. That's CST time. Take care. Bye.